Hi, Mark Dietel here with Mark Dietel Realty. And a really important part of an agent, really I would say any agent who's looking to build their business, is actually calling expired listings to get listing appointments. So you got to be prepared when you do that. You got to have some pretty thick skinned. And I have found a lot of the times when I talk to agents, they don't necessarily have a fear of actually sitting down and making the call. They just have a question as far as, hey, what should I say? So about 5 to 6 years ago, when I really made a decision that I wanted to press into our listing business and work on expires, I actually sat down and I said, okay, for the next 6 months, I'm really going to call expired. So I would like to just give you 5 tips that I found that were very positive for me. It kind of helped get me over the hump. So I was very comfortable picking up the phone and making that call. So tip number 1, please make sure you show empathy and you have awareness of their experience that they just went through. Most of the time, they have been on the market for 5 to 6 months, or they're maybe on their second agent and they're actually expired and looking for maybe a third agent. So my point is, what I always like to say is they had some big hopes. They had some reasons for selling. So you want to make sure you're in a position, or you put yourself in a position so you're going easy and you're giving the seller the chance to think back, hey, I did have a big reason on why I wanted to sell. Kind of reinforce or reignite those dreams, and that will help you. Number 2, focus on solutions. Again, don't sound too salesy. When you're actually talking to them and you're asking questions, you want to listen closely and then provide solutions to those questions. The third tip that I think is really important, and it kind of goes along with the second tip that I just talked about, is provide value. You may not talk to this person again. You may not get this listing appointment or whatever it might be as far as having that conversation, but you want to make sure you're still giving them some value. Number 4, you want to ask what went wrong. If they're expired, the license laws here in the state of Indiana gives you a little bit of leeway. Obviously, if they call you and they're active, I give you, extreme caution there. Be careful of your conversation. But if they're expired and they're truly out of contract, then you want to ask them what went wrong. And then 5, you want to make sure you invite them or ask them for a simple, low-pressure appointment. You can call it a consultation, or you can talk to them about their business. So just remember, that's really important. The key part is to make sure you connect. And a little bonus tip as far as finding out or really getting a sense if you're connecting with this person, I always say there's 2 key things that you want to think about. If that person on the other end of the phone asks you what your name is before you hang up, that's critical. And if you exchange genuine laughter, both of you together, then that's number 2. So those 2 tips, if you're talking to somebody on the phone and you're prospecting, when you're accomplishing those 2 things, chances are you're building rapport in a relationship, and that actual conversation is going to lead to an appointment. So there you go. There you have it. Those are 5 tips. And if you have any questions about the 5 tips I just talked about, or if you just want to have a conversation more about your business, feel free to give me a call, Mark Dietel, at 317-441-7887, or you can check us out online. You can get all the contact information there as well at markdietel.com. Thank you very much.